Hi, everybody. Let me invite our guest on. Let's see, Dr. Mitra. There we go. I have a great interview for you guys today. So get ready. As soon as our guest comes on, we are going to just blow you out of the water. Oh, thank you guys for all coming on. We're interviewing Dr. Mitra Ray today. It's going to be another great interview that I hope really inspires you guys to just know that you are in control of your health and your health choices. So she should be here any minute. Oh, I'm going to send it again. Don't worry, Dr. Mitra. There's always some technical difficulties whenever we go live, but we are smart women. We will get it. Okay, I just sent it again. And I will save this. So we might get chatty when we talk about science and health. We can talk for quite a while. So give me just a second for her to pop up and we will get started. She's unable to join. I wonder why. Okay, I'm going to send it again. Let's see. Oh, request to join. I think we're doing it. Accept.
Okay.
We did it. Awesome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you doing?
Oh, I am so good. I have been so looking forward to talking with you and educating my audience. So let me just introduce you. If you guys do not know who Dr. Mitra Ray is, she received her Bachelor's of Science at Cornell and a PhD from Stanford Medical School. So we are in great hands today. She's an international speaker and she is a founder and what do you say you are? A science advisor to the Juice Plus Science Foundation?
Yes.
Awesome. And she is one of my mentors. I have learned so much about science and these nutritional products that we're going to talk about today. So Dr. Mitra, what I wanted you to help my audience learn today is really what the Juice Plus capsules are, how they're made, how they affect our body, and how there's nothing else like them on the market.
Great. Well, I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of history because I have been eating Juice Plus for 28 years now. That's a long time. And I start out by telling people I have not done anything else that consistent for that long. I haven't even been married for 28 years. So that's a long time. That's something. And I'm extremely picky about what I do. I like to experiment. I like to try things. I'm open-minded, but as far as adding something long-term to my health regimen, it has to really feel good in my body, be backed up by science, not hurt other people for me to recommend it. So there's a lot of, criteria. And I also want to tell everyone that before I start describing the products, that I have spent my own money, thousands of dollars, kind of testing the product for myself to make sure that it is what they say it is, just to validate it for myself. Like, and most people are not going to spend the thousands of dollars that I have spent to make sure, because I really, take it very seriously when I recommend something to people. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure I'm 100% sure. And I have to say, Kelly, that I am 110% sure that Juice Plus is good for everyone. So what it is basically fruits and vegetables in a capsule, very simply said. Like my husband likes to say, what part do you have a hard time understanding, the fruits and vegetables or the in a capsule, right? The fruits and vegetables are good for you. The in a capsule makes it convenient and doable every single day, which is what's missing in anybody's life who is willing to be serious about taking a look in the mirror about their health habits. And the problem is that when we ask most people, do you eat well? Nobody means to be lying. It's just out of a little bit of ignorance or not really understanding what it means to eat right. So if I ask somebody, are you eating well? Most people say, yeah, I do my best. I eat as well as I can. You get these sort of vague answers. But the reality is that nobody is eating enough fruits and vegetables. And our requirement for fruits and vegetables is only going up because the world is more polluted, and fruits and vegetables are the only things that can really clean out our system, environmental toxins, and protect us, everything from our DNA to our cells, to on a molecular level, on a cellular level, on an organ tissue level, on a system level, like immune system, cardiovascular system level, brain health. There is nothing else that is going to be as meaningful for you as getting more fruit and vegetable nutrition into your diet. I know you are a fan of plant-based diets. I imagine you've researched it yourself. And share with me a little bit more how you came to that.
I had a lot of health struggles growing up. I had poor digestion. I had IBS. I was always very puffy and inflamed, and I got a lot of infections. And of course, it wasn't until I got pregnant with my daughter that I really took like you said, a hard look in the mirror and said, well, I'm eating 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day, but it's not enough. It's not enough. The requirement keeps going up and up. And I dug into the research and exactly what you said, we need more plants than we can even imagine. And I started changing my diet. And I had heard about Juice Plus 2 years before I actually tried it. And I thought, well, I'm juicing. I don't need that. But I'm going to remember that because I'm a dietitian for when I have clients that are struggling. Well, I got handed a humble card with my second child who was a picky eater, sick all the time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get him that Juice Plus because he needs it. Then I learned he could get it for free if I got it. Dr. Mitra, within a week, I was juicing at this point every single day. Within a week, I felt like a new woman. I honestly didn't believe it because I was skeptical. So after 4 months, I stopped it for like 2 weeks. I started feeling bad again, and I haven't stopped since. I take it on vacation. My energy improved. I have very slow digestion. It's been the only thing that's helped my digestion. Then I started using it with my family, with my friends, with my clients, and here I am now on Instagram sharing with thousands of people because, like you said, there are not very many products I would put my name behind, or do I feel I could recommend to everyone. Not everyone needs every supplement in the world. Who doesn't need more fruits and vegetables?
Exactly. And you know what you were describing about that digestion and that gut health is so important. We just did our first gut study, and taking Juice Plus increases your levels of butyrate. Now that was done with all 3 blends, the fruit, the veggie, and the berry. So I suspect the berries are also a very important part of that because of the polyphenol amount that is found in that berry blend is so much higher than anything else that you can really take unless you want to start chewing on cloves and cinnamon and those kinds of spices every day. Polyphenols are a magic word really in the world of nutrition, and more doctors and nutritionists and just the world of whole food nutrition is discovering polyphenols. I mean, we know about vitamin C, vitamin E, you know, most people, like most doctors, talk about ACE, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. That's old news. And now we know that we need this whole wide variety of what are called phytonutrients, way beyond a vitamin supplement. There's controversial data about whether taking vitamin supplements is good for you or not. I personally think it's mostly expensive urine. So when it first came out, just like you, I was juicing because I couldn't even take vitamin supplements. I would get nauseous if I took a vitamin supplement. So I did a little bit of like home-based experimentation myself with the products to see if it would rot. Like I kind of dissolved it in water. And I believe you repeated that experiment.
Yeah.
Left it on my kitchen, and I grabbed up the most expensive vitamins I could find and put them in water, and nothing happened with the vitamins. However, the Juice Plus did rot after a week because I have a rule that if a self-respecting bacteria will not touch your food, then why are you touching that food, right? So that, and then I could take it on an empty stomach. That impressed me. And I too was juicing, but when I would juice, I would typically do apples, ginger and carrots. That was about it. I was doing research. I was very busy. That's all I could afford to do as a student. Actually, I was in academia by then. I was a professor. That's all I could really afford to do on my budget. And And so when I saw this, the reason it made immediate sense to me is because of my biochemistry background. I used similar technology in the lab. So when I first saw the product, my first thought was, I should have thought of this. Oh my gosh, I'm juicing in the kitchen and I'm using the same technology in the lab to dehydrate cells. And most people can't conceive of how can you put fruits and vegetables in a capsule.
Mhm.
I just thought, wow, biochemists have been doing this with cells for over 50 years now. Nobody's done it with food. I should have thought of this. Wow. And I immediately got some. And because I could take it on a stomach, that impressed me. But what really got to me is I was, I just like dropped 5 pounds because I helped my gut bacteria. There's something called dysbiosis. It's when you have an imbalance of bacteria in your gut, or you're missing critical microbes that you need to stay healthy. And Juice Plus feeds that good bacteria. The reason we know that is because when you feed the good bacteria, one of the products those bacteria make for us is a small chain. Now, this is where we're going to get a little geeky here.
Oh, we love it. We love geeky here.
We make these small chain fatty acids that are really, really critical for gut health. Butyrate being one that's really important for preventing, all kinds of cancers, protecting that gut lining, helping your digestion, helping the environment stay healthy for your good bacteria. And butyrate levels go up when you take Juice Plus. I was so excited about that result because that also comes back around to protect your brain health because of the gut-brain connection. And I, for one, maybe because I'm such a geek, I want to, I don't know where I'd be if my brain stopped working myself. And I was also excited because when I was talking about polyphenols are the most anti-aging group of nutrients that we can consume. They slow down the aging process in every cell in the body. They do it in many different ways. And polyphenol levels also go up when you take Juice Plus. And there are some researchers in Spain, when they saw our polyphenol study and how impressive that was, they were like, well, that must mean that Juice Plus will protect your brain. So they did some brain cognition studies and they found, wow, you have faster response time, better short-term memory access, better executive function, memory recall, all these things improve basically overall cognitive function, increases when you take Juice Plus. And they did it with a double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover study. So that's like gold standard. So that means one group took placebo, another group took Juice Plus, and neither the scientists nor the researchers knew which group was which. So there's no bias. Then halfway they switched over and the placebo group started taking Juice Plus and the Juice Plus group started taking placebo. Well, guess what? The improvement in brain function that I just talked about went up for the Juice Plus users, but then went back down to baseline when they became the placebo group. So we need that brain protection every single day. That's amazing. And it's the same thing with our immune function. It's the same thing with our cardiovascular function, our pulmonary, which is your lung functioning. We have studies in all these areas, even your skin, your skin. We have studies with our skin. So everything that they have studied so far shows that Juice Plus can be of benefit.
That's what I love so much about Juice Plus is it affects the entire body, because I like to preach whole, you can't have one part of the body that doesn't work well and everything else be fine. We're one whole being, and Juice Plus, our research hits every even down to wisdom teeth extraction. We have looked at everything. And just real quick, could you tell everyone, I get so many questions all the time about aging and should I drink collagen? Can you explain scientifically why our products do help your hair, skin, and nails, that microcirculation that is so, you can't buy from a cream. There's nothing else like it on the market to help you become younger from the inside out.
Yeah, so first of all, you cannot find the kind of skin research that we have with Juice Plus with collagen products. Collagen products will not do what Juice Plus does for you. We have research showing Juice Plus reduces your pore size. So it kind of goes from, let's say, like a sponge, you know, that you have in the kitchen, to something very, very fine. You know, I'm trying to think of an analogy. So the pore sizes get much, much reduced. The circulation, microcirculation, which is really hard to shift. So microcirculation, if you think about the little capillaries that come close to your skin, they're so teeny, teeny, teeny that only one red blood cell can squeeze through at a time. And it's really hard to improve microcirculation. Juice Plus improves microcirculation. So I always see when people get on Juice Plus, I see more color in their face. They don't look so pale anymore. So because those antioxidants are now available right at the surface of the skin. So improve like that skin repair system. Now, when you take collagen, collagen's a protein made up of just 3 amino acids, and it's just going to get broken down into the stomach. And if there's no signaling, there's no need for the body to say, oh, it's time to, you know, basically more collagen out of this. There's no such thing. Like, you're not going to make more collagen for your skin because you ate or drank some collagen. It's going to get completely broken down by your stomach acids, and then you're just going to have these amino acids floating around. I actually believe that our protein shakes, because they increase lean mass, guess what? Your collagen is actually part of your lean mass. And we have data showing both Juice Plus and the Complete, and I believe our new Perform drink as well, is going to increase your lean mass. Anything that increases lean mass will do everything from increase your bone density to make your muscles and organ tissues stronger, to improving your skin, because your skin is part, the muscles in your skin and the skin itself is part of your lean mass, if you will. So anything that isn't sort of pure body fat is going, so collagen is part of that protein matrix. So that's part of the lean mass, right? So you want to actually increase your overall plant protein, bioavailable plant protein intake. And the capsules are very interesting in then they increase, and this is sort of a little known fact, I know talking to the researchers, increase something called serum albumin, which is the amount of circulating protein found in your blood as a resource for your body to constantly rebuild itself, if you will. So you've always got that raw material floating around in the body because of Plus. I find that fascinating. So
I learned something new today. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I have so many questions for you, but since you said that, I do get a lot of questions of why can I not buy a 30-day supply of Juice Plus? Why is it sold in a 4-month supply? And I think what you were just saying really highlights that. What is your answer to that from a scientific perspective?
Right. So first of all, you know, it didn't take you 30 days to get to where you are today. It takes at least 4 months to replenish the body's just red blood cells. Every 4 months, you make a bunch of new red blood cells. So you have to give your blood enough time to make new cells and give your body enough time to rebuild itself. Just like, you know, nobody's selling you 30-day memberships at a gym. They want you to maybe pay for your first 30 days, but then continue, just like Juice Plus, you pay for your first 30 days, but then you continue to pay. But we'd be leading you down the wrong, you know, this is not it's not a get skinny quick kind of scheme or something like that. It's not like that. It's a get healthy, stay healthy, you know, no reason for this product not to work in your system, number one, right? And so, you know, you basically want to get this nutrition in your body. They do have a money back guarantee for the first, you know, I think the first 30 days, 2% money back guarantee. I believe 90 days for 90%. But I think for about a whole year, you can get 90% money back guarantee for anything that hasn't been opened. So it's not really much of a risk. Meanwhile, the benefits are huge, huge. Yeah.
I don't have people send their products back. Once you get these products in your hand, you will be blown away. And if you think of somebody like Mitra and me, she's a PhD scientist. She was working at Stanford right when you started this product. I'm a dietitian. If we could take and feel these products, everyone is going to feel a difference. Now, I had a question about what does it do for your cholesterol? I know we have a lot of cardiac benefits for Juice Plus. Could you touch on that? Because I do have an older audience and I love to help people. Of course, everyone likes to get skinny and we talk about that, but I want to help people get healthy and stay healthy through their older years so that you can enjoy your life when it does start to slow down a little bit. We want to be healthy. I want to live into my hundreds and feel great the whole time.
Great. So we have, first of all, we have specific clinical studies showing that it reduces oxidized cholesterol. Okay. So the dangerous cholesterol is the oxidized cholesterol, because that's the sticky stuff that starts to form plaques in your arteries. So we reduce that sticky, rancid cholesterol, if you will, that is, you know, circulating in the blood, and that is the precursor to the plaques that can build over time. Number one. Number two, it improves both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. So that's also good news. And then there was a statistical study that was done that's really, really interesting, that looked at a whole bunch of different nutritional products you could take, including Juice Plus, to see its impact. Now, it's kind of a projection study, like, what if everyone in America took Juice Plus, everybody 18 and older took Juice Plus for the next 10 years, right? So it was sort of a projection study like that. And the conclusion that they came to, based on our body of clinical research, we don't have like a single paper, we have a whole body of like over 42 clinical studies. They came to the conclusion, this is kind of mind-blowing,
Okay.
that over the next 10 years, we'd save over 60 million heart attacks, okay, and save trillions of dollars in healthcare.
Wow.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if healthy people took Juice Plus, they would have the most benefit. As far as this statistical study, they saw, you know, people that were healthy, if they took Juice Plus, they could like stay healthy and really be in the high prevention group, right? And even people who have metabolic syndrome, and which is a precursor to heart disease, that means you've got some insulin resistance and extra body fat and whatnot, maybe have trouble clearing glucose in your system. Glucose clearance also improves because of Juice Plus. So we reduce the adiposity, the fat accumulation that is associated with metabolic syndrome. We reduce insulin resistance. So we reduce metabolic syndrome as well from taking Juice Plus. So if you look at people in that profile that are more likely to have a heart attack, even in that group, saw a significant potential to decrease heart attacks and save money. So, you know, invest, I call it the real life insurance policy, if you will. It's, you can either, you know, I tell people, look, you vote with your dollars. Every time you buy something, you're voting. So you can choose to subsidize your illness, right, with processed foods, and then down the road, pharmaceuticals and medical interventions, right? You can either subsidize your illness or invest in your wellness with Juice Plus. It's your choice. You're going to have to spend money on your health one way or the other. Hopefully, like, people think about spending money, they want vacations, cars, fancy homes, etc. I don't want to begrudge anybody any of that. Great. But if you don't start investing in your health, how are you going to, all those hours you're putting into, whether it's a business or work or your career, whatever you're doing, I think health is our biggest asset. So if we don't, we have to invest in our health. So, and that will multiply. Like, here's the thing. I also believe that Juice Plus saves people tens of thousands of dollars in healthcare down the road. Tens of thousands, if not millions, if you like get into, you know, if you look at some of the medical treatments that are out there, they can bankrupt families, actually.
Absolutely, absolutely. We were a young family when we started on Juice Plus, so that's the reason I started for myself when I wanted it for my son, because I could get mine for free. And when I loved it so much, I signed up as a partner to get a discount because I wanted my husband and my daughter on it. But let me tell you, I found within 2 months, we were saving money, even with
Yeah.
all four of us being on Juice Plus, because we had not been to the doctor, so there was no co-pays. We hadn't bought any medicine. And you don't have to buy all the other stuff that you're buying that isn't working or you don't know if it's working. Clear that out. The Juice Plus is all I take, and it's all my family takes, and it's all I believe most people need.
So agree with you on that one. I mean, it is the best. Look, I take a double dose because there's nothing I can spend my money on that's going to give me more bang for my buck, basically. So I take a double dose because, you know, when people ask me how much can I take, well, it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. How much can you afford to take? You know, start at a dose, see what it does for you, and then over time, the more you learn, the more you go, yeah, I think I'm going to double up. You know?
Yes, I don't double up every day, but I definitely do. I did when I was pregnant, and I do if someone's sick or I've been exposed to something. I definitely double up. Maybe I'll start double dosing every day. Another question I had for you: the word detox is very trendy right now. People are selling detox greens and detox drinks, and we don't market Juice Plus as a detox supplement, but it does detox the body. And you mentioned that in the beginning about all our environmental and the foods we're eating. Can you explain how that works more on like a cellular level?
Sure. So especially our liver, but this happens in every cell in the body. There are these like phase 1, phase 2 enzymes. So most of the toxins, if you think about pesticides and environmental toxins like that, they tend to be fat soluble. So the body hangs on to extra fat. One of the reasons is to store these toxins safely so they don't hurt your, you know, critical organs like your brain and your heart, whatnot. So you store extra fat in the body to house these toxins. Now, you can exercise all you want and you might get rid of some of that fat, but now you're just going to get sicker because you haven't gotten rid of the toxins, right? So that's one of the challenges. Excuse me. So one of the things that one of the first steps that happens is called the phase 1 reactions. So it's a 2-3 step process to take something that's fat soluble, turn it into something water soluble, so the body can just urinate these toxins out. Okay, and then the body naturally sheds the fat because it doesn't need it anymore, because you're getting rid of the toxins. So that's the good news. So that's why I wrote this program called Shred 10. Mm-hmm. So what happens is when you first start those phase 1 reactions, you actually, the phase 1 reactions create ridiculous amounts of free radicals, which are really harmful to the body. So every cell in your body is trying to detoxify, but in the process, because we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, we don't complete the process. So we actually because we can't complete the process, it hurts us to try to clean out the toxins because we create more toxins in the process without completing the process, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're constantly working backwards, trying to clean up these toxins. Your body's always trying to clean out these toxins. Now, to catalyze the completion of phase 1, phase 2, and sometimes phase 3 reactions, you need plant nutrients. Plant nutrients catalyze the completion of the whole thing. So that's what Juice Plus provides, is a plethora of plant nutrients so your body can complete the detoxification process, which is this is the main reason we can't eat our way there anymore. We need to supplement with Juice Plus. And there isn't any other product on the market that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus does. Otherwise, I'd recommend, you have a choice between Juice Plus and product this and product that. There is no product this and product that can do that for you, that has clinical proof of what we know about Juice Plus. So I still keep recommending Juice Plus because it's the original, it does the job, it's affordable, and it's cleanly sourced from start to end. It's NSF certified, it's non-GMO certified. You know you're only getting fruits and vegetables and no other nonsense.
Absolutely. I have another question, but I wanted to say something to everyone who's watching who has done my Shred program. Dr. Mitra is the original inventor of the Shred 10. It was Transform 30 when I joined, and I just put a meal plan to and sell it to you. It's the most amazing program, the easiest. But what you were just saying, I have had so many people say, Kelli, like I actually don't understand how I'm losing weight, and I've been holding on to this postmenopausal weight gain. I've done organic delivery services and I didn't lose a pound. I just literally don't understand how I'm eating this much food and I'm losing weight. And I send them that graphic that you made that shows exactly what you just said. When you are full of toxins, if you're not flooding your body with an insane amount of phytonutrients, your body will not let you lose weight. You will increase your ghrelin, you'll increase your hunger hormone. Your body will slow down the metabolism to protect you. It's a survival instinct. So that is why I'm so passionate as a dietitian, because I love to eat and I want to help people eat and I want to help people feel their best and look their best. So there's nothing like it on the market. Yeah, I mean, this isn't a diet supplement, but nothing will help you lose weight in a healthy way exactly like Juice Plus. So we all thank you for that.
Yeah, healthy weight. Losing healthy weight means losing body fat, the fat that you don't need, right? There's different kinds of fat. It's the fat that you don't need that you want to lose. On the other hand, there are things you can do to lose lean mass, and lean mass is 2 to 3 times denser than fat. So there are a lot of programs out there where sure, the number goes down on the scale, but you're weaker, your organs are weaker because you're losing lean mass. We know with Juice Plus, you conserve or increase your lean mass if you don't have enough. So the weight loss is based on fat loss, because there's also going to be some weight gain from increasing bone density, muscle density, organ density, skin density, all those good things that we want. So weight loss is a tricky word. I want to make sure people understand that you don't want to get tied to the numbers. You can do things like, measure. I know as a diet, if you work with people like if you kind of pinch, and it's hard to measure effectively, and it's better to have somebody else do it for you, but you can measure things like the fat around your waist, the fat on the inside of your thighs in several places, and that is a better way to measure the loss of body fat rather than just looking for that number to go down in the scale, because we don't want the number to go down because you're losing bone density, especially as you get older. And speaking of bone density, I want to share my bone density result, because when I turned 50, and I'm closer to 60 now that I'm 50, but when I turned 50, I measured, I just did a scan of everything from my, x-rays of all my teeth and everything. And all the tests, like for instance, when I went to do a DEXA scan for my bone density, which is a very accurate measure of bone density, the guy was giving me a lecture about drinking milk, and I just thought, oh gee, all right then, and I just didn't say anything to him. He was just doing his job. And then he just kept asking. He was very insistent if I drank milk, and I said no. I really believe in, leafy greens as a wonderful source of calcium, and I take Juice Plus. And he started to lecture me, and I said, you know what? Let's talk after you see my results. Well, my results back in the mail, and they had the guy had circled my bone density, smiley face, like, you have the bone density of a 20-year-old. What's going on? So I just want to tell you, especially since you have an older audience, that if you want to preserve your bone density, you want to make sure you take your Juice Plus. Do not take calcium supplements. Do not drink milk. Leafy greens and Juice Plus and exercise, especially strength training exercise, is going to help you maintain your lean body mass, because your bones don't have arteries and veins going in and out of them. So it is the push and pull of ligaments against bone that triggers bones to take up the nutrients from your blood into the bones. So Juice Plus is going to, first of all, help you alkalinate the body, which also helps you maintain your bone density. That's a whole other geeky conversation we can have, why that is the case. But We want to alkalinate the body with lots of plant nutrients. We want bioavailable source of calcium, which would be your leafy greens and Juice Plus. And also we want to do strength training exercises.
Absolutely. Can you expand a little bit on, because that's another thing that's very trendy is alkalizing your body.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, for instance, one of the biggest misconceptions is that citrus fruits are acidic to the body. They are not. It's not the acidity or alkalinity of the fruit or vegetable that you're eating that's important for measuring alkalinity. You have to measure something called the renal acid load, which is in your urine. We look at how hard your kidneys are working to get rid of the acidity. So the renal acid load from fruits and vegetables is, there's no with fruits and vegetables, whether it be citrus fruits or anything. In fact, if anything, citrus fruits trigger your body to help regulate sugar and do, it has a lot of benefits, a great source of flavonoids for your skin, etc. I actually throw like the lemon peel itself with a little squeeze of lemon into my Vitamixer for my skin because it's so good for your skin as well. So you don't want to avoid citrus fruits. In fact, if late in the day, if you had a meal a little too late at night, go for a walk and drink some lemon water. That will help you reduce your blood sugar before you go to sleep, which is also important. So when you look at the renal acid load, what increases your renal acid load is animal products and processed foods. Animal products and processed foods. And folks, processed foods also include breads and pastas, even if they're gluten-free. Okay? If you're going to have some, bread and pasta, first of all, make sure it's gluten-free. Second of all, make sure it's an indulgence every now and then and not part of the staple of your diet, because processed foods and animal products increase your acid load in the body, not fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables alkalinate the body. So it's the total sum of what happens after the food is digested and your body is managing the pH of your body by your kidneys working hard to get rid of the acidity. And we see the only thing that increases acidity is processed foods and animal products.
So like we say on the shred, we're reducing the animal products, we're reducing the processed food, getting rid of all the inflammatory stuff and really flooding your body so it can work properly. So before I let you go, I know I'm talking your ears off. Can you explain to people how Juice Plus is made? And there was a question here and I wrote that one down too as well. Juice Plus is, NSF certified, non-GMO, but it does not have the USDA organic stamp. So I know we're more than organic, but can you explain that when you explain how Juice Plus is made and put into a capsule so people can really understand?
Yeah, let's do the organic question
Okay.
first. There isn't enough certified organic produce on the planet to make Juice Plus. So what I love about this company is they support mid-sized farms to really use organic methods. Now it takes 7 to 8 years to become certified organic. So they're supporting farmers that are otherwise struggling. Most farmers, if they want to go from traditional farming to organic farming, they go broke. They just don't survive those 7, 8 years. Our company helps those companies basically buying produce because they're using clean methods, and they test the produce, they test the ground, they test the fertilizers, they test everything about the crop to make sure that there's no herbicides and pesticides in our product, number one. So there's no trace, we are beyond organic. There is actually no certification that would be good enough for us on the planet. Like certified organic doesn't tell the whole story, but it would cost the consumer extra money to put that stamp on the label, okay? Having said that, remember earlier when I talked about I spent my own money testing it? Well, guess what I found out when I did that? I found out Juice Plus is 10 times cleaner than certified organic produce that you would buy in the grocery. Because even if it's certified organic, they're using organic pesticides that are still the number of pesticides is about the same between organic and non-organic. It's that they're considered okay for organic. So your organic strawberries have pesticides on them. You should be washing all your produce. So the products are actually not only tested for like how it's grown, we have relationships with the farmers, but not only that, they're thoroughly washed. They're like thoroughly washed, so there's no residue. And because fruits and vegetables aren't dense in pesticide, in fat, you don't accumulate toxins in, pesticides inside the produce. Where pesticides actually concentrate again is in animal tissue, okay? Because animal tissue is 9 times denser in fat than plant tissue, and it's saturated fat. So it's just a storage place for herbicides and pesticides. So if you want to reduce your herbicide and pesticide residue, you really want to reduce your animal product consumption, number one. So you're better off buying, even in the grocery store outside of Juice Plus, normal produce. If you can't find certified organic, wash it really well, then eat a piece of meat, even if it's grown organically, because it doesn't matter. The fat is still accumulating environmental toxins, because as you eat higher on the food chain, there's toxin accumulation, okay? So that's the first thing, is that people don't understand that the reality of herbicides and pesticides is where we get them mostly is from animal products. Secondly, our products are beyond organic. We don't have a certification that would justify what it is. And organic has become almost a marketing term because, as I said, all produce has herbicides and pesticides. It has to be washed. It has to be washed. And Juice Plus is triple washed, and, and it's tested. More importantly, it's tested for the presence of herbicides and pesticides. I paid for the testing, thousands of dollars, 10 times cleaner than certified organic is the result I got.
That is so interesting. And that's why we have the NSF certification, correct, on all of our products.
Yeah.
Can you tell people starting at the farm how our products go from farm to capsule?
Right. Oh, sure. So we work again with farmers that believe in our philosophy, and they are family farmers. They're not like big agra. Number one, we work with family farms, mid-sized farms that are doing things right. Then they pick it at the, when the produce is ripe, so that has the maximum nutrition from the plant itself. They don't pick it early like what you get in the grocery store. And then it's immediately frozen on site. Freezing is the fastest way. If you freeze the whole fruit or vegetable, then you're just like protecting it, kind of suspending it in time. Then it goes to the processing plant, and you can see videos on YouTube on how Juice Plus is made. If you search YouTube, how is Juice Plus made, you'll see that it's all ground up. So one of the things I love is that you get the whole food. Like when you eat an orange, you don't eat the skin of the orange. Well, I was telling you earlier, I put the lemon peel in because the lemon peel has more nutrients than the lemon itself. Same with the orange. So we put the parts of the fruit and vegetable that you're not eating that has even more nutrients, or at least a different pineapple. The entire fruit or vegetable goes into this machine that grinds everything up, and then it goes over these kind of rollers, and there's a light amount of heat that helps the water evaporate super fast within a few seconds. No time for damage. And also when the water evaporates, it keeps the product cool, much like when sweat evaporates, your skin is kept cold because it takes energy from the skin for the water to evaporate. So the product stays cool, even though the steam is kind of coming off. And then it becomes these thin sheets, which the videos really show very well. And then that just becomes powder very well. And then it's put into these vegan capsules. And our vegan capsules took at least 5 years and millions of dollars to develop, because our product so potent, it was eating through normal vegetarian capsules that were out on the market. So we even helped develop, vegan capsules that can hold such potent nutrition. And it's especially
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and our Omega product especially shows incredible technology as well. Our Omega product is so futuristic. There's no omega product that comes close. If you look at our omega product, it has a little nitrogen bubble that keeps these plant oils from oxidizing, and then it's cold sealed. So all other omega products are gel, so they heat the gel around the omega, which starts to destroy the omega inside. Fish oils, I don't even want to get into, because fish don't make omegas, only plants make omegas. So, and it's not just omega-3, we need all the omegas, and our omega product has all the omegas that you get in Mother Nature. So our omega and the technology behind our capsules for our omega are light years ahead of everyone else, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Another question. I know I'm getting to the end of our time. I could just talk to you for all day. Another question I get asked. There are other products on the market that try to do what Juice Plus does. What do you say to someone when someone says, how is your product different than this greens powder or this thing that kind of looks like Juice Plus? How is it different?
Well, the thing is that most of these companies I'm noticing are using our research with our products and saying, you know, Juice Plus already proved this concept works. So they're assuming their product also works. So that's kind of borrowed research. There's no direct evidence that their product works. Number one, I haven't seen anyone else with nearly not even close. I have yet to see a proper nutritional clinical study done on any of the other products that are available on the market. They're mostly copying our research and saying it should work because Juice Plus works, kind of thing. So, you know, if they're comparing themselves using our literature, that itself tells you, well, do you want the copycat or do you want the original that's been proven? Number one. And number two, like, you know, this company's been around a long time. The guarantees that we offer, the customer care that we offer, you're just not going to get that. And as a scientist, I just keep going back to the research. I have no evidence, zero evidence that those other products work. If anything, anybody who's ever looked at these other products have found challenges with even like what's in it. So if they can't even do a simple bioavailability study showing that when you take these products, that's not that expensive to do. Why are they not doing even at least simple bioavailability studies? Why are they borrowing our research to promote their products? Mm-hmm. Raises questions.
Because we're the best.
Yeah.
Because we're the best.
That's right.
And two more questions. People do ask me, why can I not just walk into Whole Foods and buy this product?
Because you'd be paying more. So the company pays those of us that have taken the product. So first of all, just like you, I doubt you were looking to promote something like Juice Plus. You probably found it, saw it worked, and decided you got to share it with other people. Yeah. Our whole partner base is like that. Nobody recruited us. The product recruited us. Yeah. I had to. I felt like I'd be remiss if I didn't tell people that, you know, when I first found out about it, you know, I wasn't a very good salesperson. I'd never sold anything in my life. I tell people I ate my Girl Scout cookies, you know, because I didn't want to sell them and my parents paid for them. So this was the first thing. But I would like literally tell people, if I met you on the street, I'd be like, Kelly, pull your credit card out because they put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. That's how excited I was. That was my pitch. And, you know, and either people believed me or they didn't. But the thing is, I didn't understand I first didn't really understand all that 28 years ago. I understand a lot more now. And what I think now is that instead of paying money for advertising, you know, like let's say a celebrity was holding up Juice Plus products. You don't know if that celebrity actually, well, with Juice Plus, you do know because we don't use celebrity, like a lot of Olympians take Juice Plus and represent our product, for instance. But, you know, they're not getting paid to endorse it. They take it, they believe in it. And that's why there's videos of them sharing their Juice Plus story with us, right? So it's a very genuine, honest, authentic share. You know, that like nobody's paying me to do this Instagram live with you, right? I'm doing it because I believe in the products. So so that's one thing. The second thing is that if people buy this product from you, you can either support Whole Foods or you can support people like Kelli that are trying to do the right thing, that are doing this authentically. And I rather support individuals rather than big companies if I have the choice. So if I see a quality product being sold through our business model, through other companies, I want to support that if I can, because I'd rather support the single mom or, you know, the person that's trying to put their kids into a better school or pay for their mortgage, that I know that money is like, it's not being spent on advertising. So, and advertising dollars tend to be more than what they pay us, right? Advertising dollars can make a company go broke. Marketing can make a company go broke. So instead of spending money on marketing, which doesn't guarantee anything, I just find this a more honest model that allows more people to get involved with something they believe in and support other people in this business structure. I just find it more authentic.
I am 100% with you, especially being on Instagram and seeing how influencing marketing work. This is so, so authentic, and you don't share a product that you don't love. And yeah, 95% of the partners on my team, they were just happy, happy customers that just couldn't help themselves but to share it with their friends and family, just like how you and I started.
Yeah.
So my last question, we love to talk about food here. I would love to hear what a PhD, Stanford trained doctor, what did you have for breakfast today?
I had a Juice Plus Complete. I'm still having my Juice Plus Complete shake. When some days I just don't have time. Like sometimes I make a chia bowl, so I'll soak some chia seeds, and I also do Brazil nuts because it's a very high source of selenium. I'm sorry, my somebody's trying to get into my gate. So let me just give them my gate. Okay. So I'll soak some chia, like maybe 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and some ground up Brazil nuts with cold water for like 15-20 minutes. And then I'll add some berries on top, a scoop of Juice Plus Complete, and stir it up. Sometimes I put a plant-based yogurt in it for additional culture, and I'll stir that all up, and that will be my breakfast. I usually oscillate between that breakfast and or a shake, and this actually has a scoop of Juice Plus Complete for my microbiome, which because it has lots of fiber, as well as a scoop of Perform, which has more of that protein for my lean mass. So that's my new go-to, is coconut water with a scoop of each of our shakes.
Okay, well, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. I'm going to try it. I have been making my own little Starbucks pink drink with the new Juice Plus Perform. I mix it with a little bit of almond milk or coconut milk, and then I put some dried strawberries in it. It is absolutely delicious. And I have noticed, I've been lifting a little bit of weight because I just turned 41, and I have already noticed a difference within 30 days. I'm proud of myself, right, and impressed with our products by how quickly that happened.
Yeah, I'm really, I was a little bit skeptical. I'm always skeptical. I was skeptical with the omegas, and then I'm like now completely 110% sold. Same with the Perform. I was like, oh, I don't know. But I swear I feel stronger. And, I'm turning 58 next month. And when I work out, I noticed that I was being postmenopausal. Like I would feel like I couldn't work out too hard, because then I'd be kind of too tired to go to work and really give it my all. That's all gone now because of Perform. That's all gone. I mean, I am as strong as I was in my 20s. I'm doing the same kind of workout as I did back then. So that's huge.
That's huge. You're one of the hardest working women that I know, and I look up to you so much, not only for Juice Plus as a scientist in this industry. You're such a supporter of women, and you don't have to work anymore, and you still show up every day. And that inspires people like me to show up every day, because sometimes I don't feel like getting on Instagram and seeing my face talk back to me, but I know there is somebody out there that needs to hear our message.
Exactly. And I'm so proud of what you do. Thank you for serving your audience the way you do. I love following you, and you all are so lucky to be following this woman. Every time I hear her, you know, she's dead on the money with every piece of advice I've ever heard you say. So I really appreciate you're out there as one of our, you know, champions for this product line, and just in general, what the education you're providing people. It's very
Oh,
valuable.
that means a lot to me. Just trying to make the world a little bit a better place.
That's right.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And you guys, I'm going to save this live. I saw a lot of your questions. A lot of them we answered. We talked for almost an hour. So go back, you know, make a shake and sit on the couch and enjoy it and listen to this live. You're going to learn a lot. I learned a lot on this live. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Thanks for inviting
Okay.
me.
Have a
Bye.
great day. Bye.
Bye.